Next topic, it is the achievements of the early nationalists. So by forwarding their demands and by using the different methods, what was they able to achieve, or what demands they were able to fulfill from the Britishers. So the early nationalists, they created a national awakening among the people that they belongs to one common country, that is India. Clear? They trained the people and they popularized the ideas of democracy, civil liberty, secularism, and nationalism. And they made people realize that the economic content and character of British imperialism. Okay, they awaken the people about the working of the Britishers and what they think, and by doing so they started weakening the foundation of the British rule in India. Clear? Then the political and economic programs, they were established. Okay, truth was shown to the Indian people. Then some reforms they led, that like appointment of the Public Service Commission. Then House of Common was there, which will conduct the papers simultaneously. Then our appointment of the Valves Commission, Welbeck Commission, in order to know about the Indian expenditures. Then the Indian Council Act. So these were some of the reforms which were started by the early nationalists. So early nationalists, they were criticized also, because with the methods of passing a resolution and sending petitions, they were quite criticized by the people. They failed to realize that British and Indian interests, they are same, because Britishers, they thought that Indians, early nationalists, they were in a view that they are having some other interest. Okay, but the interest was same. Britishers, they want to rule over India for maximum profit. Then early nationalists, in the beginning I told you that this was the group of the educated people. Okay, so they involved only the educated people. They did not involve the other. They did not involve the masses. Okay, so that was also one of the reason. Official attitude toward the Congress. So in the beginning, British government, they looked upon the Congress in favor. उनको लगा कि नहीं, they are made in order for something good. But slowly later they started criticizing it. Okay. Now the main topic, it is the prominent leaders. So first of all, it is Dadabhai Naoroji. Okay. According to your syllabus, 2 contributions of each is required. So Dadabhai Naoroji, he was popularly known as the Grand Old Man. You can see the picture, Dadabhai Naoroji. Okay, he was born in a Parsi family, and he worked as a professor of mathematics. These are not the contribution, children. This is just a introduction, a background about these people. Okay, he worked as a professor of mathematics, and then he left his teaching profession and he went to England. Then again he came back to Mumbai, and he was elected in the municipal corporation, and later on for the town council also. Now you can underline that he founded the Bombay Association, and he also edited the newspaper Rast Guftar. Please underline, very important. They can ask you about the paper edited by Dadabhai Naoroji, or in other way also they can ask you. And the magazine Dharmark Darshan. Clear? And he also worked for the Vernacular Press Act. Clear? And for the relief of peasants from the Jimidas. His contribution, Dadabhai Naoroji, he is called Grand Old Man also of India, and also the Indian of unofficial ambassador. Clear? He founded London Indian Society. Clear? And in order to forward his views to the Parliament. Then he founded the East India Association also, and it became very popular. And then it was he set another associations in other parts of the country also. A role in the Congress, he played a very important role in the Congress. He was a person who claimed for the self-government, boycott Sabdeshi and national education. Clear? Then he exposed the economic ills of the India, like one of his work, Poverty and Un-British Rule in India. His famous drain theory, that how the wealth of India it is being drained to England. Clear? So these are the contribution of the Dadabhai Naoroji. Next it is a Gopal Krishan Gokhale. You can see here Gopal Krishan Gokhale. He was born in Kolhapur in Maharashtra. He was a professor of history and economics, and he was quite influenced by the ideas of Rana Day. Later, he joined the Deccan Education Society, and on the behalf of the society, he went to England. And he became the most popular leader of the Indian National Congress. Now, Gokhale favored the use of constitutional means to achieve its goal, and he criticized the government on certain issues like huge expenditure on the British Army, adopting the policies of racial discrimination, imposing taxes on cotton. Clear? And he also stood against the reforms like that he wanted that judiciary should be separated from the execution, and he played a very important role in the message of Minto Morley reform. He served as a member of the Indian public services. Then he visited to England. Clear? And he also talked about that partition of Bengal was a wrong. Then servant of the Indian Society. He set up the Servant of Indian Society, and the main aim was to train national leaders, those who can render their services to India. Clear? Role of a member of Imperial Legislative Council. So he becomes the member of Imperial Legislative Council, and then he worked for it. Then reduction of toll taxes. Clear? Abolition of excise duty on cotton, introduction of a bill with a view to make primary education compulsory. Then he demanded radical changes in the fiscal policies. Then he also demanded, impressed that government to reduce the land revenues. And Gokhale and Gandhiji, Gokhale went to South Africa where he helped Gandhiji in his fight against racial discrimination. So credit goes to Gokhale only that he asked Gandhiji to come back to India and join the Indian public life. So Gokhale, Gandhiji accepted Gokhale as his political mentor. Then the Surendranath Banerjee, he was also a nationalist, and he was a journalist also, educationist also. He was born in Bengal, and he was the first person to qualify the Indian civil services. So he worked as a magistrate, but soon he was dismissed from there because he was not working according to the British philosophies. So he began his career as a professor of English, and then he also set up his school, which later developed in Ripon College. Then he was elected to the Calcutta Corporation and remained its member. And his contribution, establishment of the Indian Association, all of you know that he established the Indian National Association. Okay, then All India Political Organization also, in All India Indian National Conference, it emerged into the Indian National Congress, and later on he was responsible for giving the views to the people to open these kind of association. So political ideas, he edited newspaper Bengali, where he was able to tell the criticism of the Britishers, and he was able to mobilize the public opinions. Then in one of his book, Nation in the Making, clear, he told the people that how we can views about the self-government. Then he started the agitation against the License Act, Arms Act, Vernacular Press Act, and also lowering the age from 21 to 19 to appear in ICS examination. He opposed the Montemillo reforms, okay, and he also, because in Minto Morley reforms, they told that separate elections for Hindus and the Muslim. So he was very much against that, and popularly he was known as the father of Indian nationalism. Okay, Surendranath Banerjee, he was known as the father of Indian nationalism. Children, they can ask you for 2 marks. They can ask their contribution, they can ask their other names or their newspapers or their other books written. So please go through about them, each and everything. The some societies formed by them, some books written by them, some newspapers written by them, by what other names they are being called. Clear? So please, for 2 marks, go through their each and every detail given in your book. So here we finish our chapter number 3. Now children, if you will have any doubt in this chapter, you can ask me in your regular classes. Already this chapter I have done with you in the online classes, okay, while I was taking the class. So if then again you are facing any problem in any of the topic, please ask from me whenever we are having the class. Thank you children.